welcome back in to the Scramble Drill Podcast. I'm your host, Ben Watts, joined with Landon Davis. Week 8 of the NFL season has come to a close. We are already halfway through the season, which feels insane. And yeah, a weird week of football. Landon will kind of preface it with that, but I was kind of bored Sunday, if I'm going to be honest with you.
Yeah, I was shocked. Like, I looked at both windows Sunday morning. I was like, man, I'm not excited for either of these. This has been so far we've had great weeks so far this year. This year's been awesome. And this week was just not. I mean, a bunch of teams were on bye. That's a big part of it. There was only 12 games all weekend. And then there was just some lopsided matchups and stuff, but still some stuff to talk through, but certainly not as much as every other week this year.
Yeah, no, it could end up being a little bit shorter episode because there's some of these games that I've got nothing to say on them. So we'll see where we look at the end of this. You and I have kind of talked about what we want to discuss later, maybe some standings, how we'll see the playoffs shaping up. So we'll get into it, but we'll go through the games anyway. We're here to talk about that, so let's do it. Thursday night, the first of many blowout wins. The Chargers dominate the Vikings 37-10.
Yeah.
Justin Herbert looked great. Kimani Vidal looked great. The defense looked good. I believe they had Khalil Mack back in this game, right? Yeah, they did have Khalil Mack back. So, and he did have a sack. So yeah, the Chargers are finally starting to get a little bit healthier.
This was good to see. Like, this is something we've needed to see for a couple weeks now from the Chargers. 25 passes and 36 runs for this offense. That's a lot more like what they looked like. That's a lot more what they looked like last year. Now, to be fair, those stats are sometimes disingenuous. And by the way, I have disingenuous wrote down in my notes here. There's no chance I spelled it right. There's probably about 4 places I messed that word up. But those stats are a little disingenuous because, like, when you're winning, you just run the ball more. It's not always you win because you're running the ball more. It's you run the ball because you're winning. So those stats are a little weird, but still, that's kind of closer to where they want to be, I think. 25 passes, 36 runs. Maybe something more like
Roman playbook,
32
that's
passes.
Exactly what he wants.
Yeah, I'm thinking something like 32, 33 passes and 25 to 30 runs, something like that is probably what they're looking for. And when you look at how they end the season, their schedule to end the season, this was kind of a must win. One, just how the last few weeks have gone, they needed this one. And they played just a complete game, dominated it from start to finish. I looked up their schedule. Their next 4, Ben.
It's rough.
Titans. Well, their next 4's not. The end of their season is rough.
I guess when I say that,
Titans.
I was thinking of, I know they play Chiefs again. I know they play,
Yeah. So their next 4 is Titans, Steelers, Jags, Raiders. I need 3-1. Like, if this team wants to be a serious contender, ideally you go 4-0. You can't go 2-2. You can't drop 2 of those games. You've got to go 3-1 if you want to submit yourself as a playoff team. Season ends today, they're a playoff team. But they're going to have to keep winning. Like, this is not a done deal for them. So I need 3-1 in that stretch. But I think if you're a Chargers fan, you got to feel pretty good about where you're at after Thursday night.
But yeah, and the reason I said rough is because I was thinking on the end of the schedule where I know they play the Eagles, and then they go on the road at the Chargers, or at the Chiefs, and they have to go to the Broncos as well. That's going to be tough to have to wrap up that division with the Chiefs as hot as they are. So, like, I agree with you. They might have to go 4-0 in this stretch, really truthfully.
Yeah.
But yeah, great to see for them. I like seeing Herbert doing well. So we'll see. Hopefully they can be even better once Joe Alt is back, once Omari and Hampton comes back. So it's a tough road ahead still for the Chargers, but there's light at the end of the tunnel, and there is help on the way. So that's good news. On the Vikings side, Carson Wentz is out for the year with an injury, so it has to be JJ McCarthy rest of the way. They don't have another choice.
Yeah, I don't like this. They said the injury happened a month ago and he's played through it. And
you could tell during this game, like he couldn't move his left arm.
Yeah, and then as soon as I don't want to say they're out of it, but they've hit rock bottom, whatever, McCarthy's going to come back. He's out for the year. Like he's been playing through it and he's out for the year immediately. This is a weird one to me. I don't like this.
Warrior move.
I haven't come out and flat.
That's the case.
Yeah. I haven't come out and flat said it, but I've kind of alluded to it a couple times. I feel like they've been hiding McCarthy. I didn't even know it was a high ankle sprain until like 2 weeks ago, and he's been out over a month. Like, I feel like they've just been hiding him. Look, it's sink or swim time. I know it's year 2. Like, I know it's technically his rookie year because he had to sit out all last year. He was in the system. He was in the building. He was learning. It's sink or swim. And they're probably out of it
too that has made made Sam Darnold
Cousins
a lot of money. Made Kirk Cousins a lot of money. So, I'm not saying that JJ McCarthy, like he's bad or anything, but I feel like this should be a relatively layup offense to at least be average. Like I feel like with just about any quarterback, they could be average.
He absolutely should be, and it's sink or swim. Like it's time to go. This team's 3-4. Looking at this NFC, I mean, they're probably out of it. We're going to talk about the same thing we talk about Washington. It's probably over, but this is why you draft a guy in the first round. I mean, I will never forget the look on their faces when Michael Penix was taken right before them.
Yeah.
So what? You still drafted this guy. And with Kevin McConnell, with Justin Jefferson, with Jordan Addison, and all these weapons, you got to be able to make something happen. It's time.
Their O-line has not been great. That's one thing for sure. It has not been good. And especially 11 rushes against the Chargers, that's not where you want to be, guys. I mean, 11 rushes and like Jordan Mason had 4 carries for 3 yards. Come on now.
Brutal.
Come on.
Brutal.
So I hope things turn around for him, and I hope they do kind of what I wish the Saints would have done, which we'll talk about later, is once McCarthy comes back, dude, you just let him take his licks. Let him go out there and let him
he's got
it out.
to.
You're going to have to.
He's got to.
Don't have
and the veterans are going to hate it, and you just have to just hold on for dear life as far as not losing the locker room. Let him take his licks, and maybe next year you come out and you got something.
Coming out all over the place that Justin Jefferson is furious and he's mad at the way things are going. And he should be. I get it from Justin Jefferson's standpoint, but this season just is what it is at this point.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, boy. Dolphins, Falcons. Why are we talking about the Dolphins first?
Yeah. Honestly, I said last week I don't want to talk about the Dolphins anymore. So I'll just say this. Everything I say, don't take it as a positive to the Dolphins. Take it as a slight to the Falcons. How's that sound?
I completely agree. 100%.
Yeah. Tua played well. That's about all I got.
You know what happened? Is you put them in a dome. Don't put them in a dome.
Like I said.
Stop it.
Like I said, you put this man in a dome. If I have to hear one more time about how good he is in a dome with no pass rush, well, he was in a dome and he got sacked once. So we got to see it. But the story is obviously the Falcons. Like, props to the Dolphins. Great. Mike McDaniel, you're the coach for another week. This is about the Falcons. What? And I know Penix didn't play.
And Drake London didn't play.
But what happens to them when they see a team they're supposed to beat? What happens?
Drake London didn't play, but I think Miami was like 31st or 32nd against the run. So you would think that with a running back who takes up 40% of the offensive yardage for Atlanta, in a good way, because he's incredible, and we give him 9 carries.
Yeah. Well, part of that is it's hard to give a guy a lot of carries when you're just going 3 and out. It's hard to get a lot of carries. I mean, this was, Ben, I say this with love. The 2 worst performances I've seen this year are 2 Falcons performances.
Yeah, no.
That game against Carolina. And then this game at home against the Dolphins. And look, the Dolphins, it was clear what their game plan was. They just said, hey, we think Kirk Cousins is washed. Drake London isn't playing. We're going to let you just see if these guys can get open and see if Kirk can sling it around. And we're just going to stop the run. And they did it. They did it. And
I fully see why no one is traded for Kirk Cousins. I fully see it. Like that, I was completely evident. That's why no one's offered us a 7th, nothing.
Yeah, I mean, he's clearly never going to be a starter again. And
that wasn't even a good backup.
Man, there's only certain teams you'd want him as your backup. Like I would only want him as my backup if I'm if I'm a really, really sharp offensive coach who can do what Kyle Shanahan is doing with Mac Jones. Like that's honestly defensive coaches. O'Connell? You just can't have this guy as your backup. He's not good enough.
So Kevin O'Connell.
Yeah, Kevin O'Connell, Kyle Shanahan. Like if he wanted to go to, well, I don't know if the Rams want a backup as old as
38-year-old quarterbacks.
Yeah, I don't know if they want that, but like something like that. I mean, that's where he's at in his career. But this was sad, man. This was just sad, and all the way around.
What happened to our pass rush too? Like that's been one of the things we've hung our hat on all year. Is man. We got Ulbrich out there. We finally got some guys who can actually get after it. So we're scheming up blitzes. We're beating guys off the line. It's been great. Pass rush has been awesome. And we sacked Tua, one of the most physically limited quarterbacks, as you said last week, one time. I don't understand. I do not understand.
This game was mindset. It was they were not ready to play. It's the same thing that happened with the Panthers. Like you can try to dress it up and talk through it with X's and O's or anything you want. It's just they just were not expecting the Dolphins to come out like this. They were not ready to play. Whatever you want to say, they just weren't ready for it. And they're 3-4. And Ben,
this season's
you're not making the playoffs.
No.
Yeah, like my Washington Commanders are in the same spot. We're actually 3-5. We haven't had our bye yet. You're just not making the playoffs. You're just not at this point.
I mean,
I haven't looked at the schedule. Maybe their schedule's super light or something, but
I mean, I don't think the schedule is that's not impossible. I mean, we're probably not winning the next 2 games. We're going to be 3-5 because we play the Patriots in New England. We're not winning that game. Then we go to Berlin and we play the Colts. Probably not winning that game. Then it lightens up. You go Panthers, Saints, Jets. Realistically, you should win all 3 of those games. So that puts you... I mean, any way I try to slice this in my head, we're a 500 team. I'm looking at the rest of the schedule. I think we go 500.
You got to go 7-3. You got to go 7-3. That gets you to 10-7, and even then, you're going to have some tiebreakers.
I don't see that happening. I don't see that happening because we still had to play the Bucs again in Tampa. Got to play the Rams, probably not winning that one, and you're going to lose to the Colts and the Patriots, which means you cannot drop any more games, and you have one mixed in there with the Seahawks as well. I don't see it happening. I think it's over.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. All right. Well, on that terrible disappointment, let's move on, shall we? 2 other teams that season is probably over for. The Jets and the Cincinnati Bengals. The Jets will not be going winless this season. Somehow, some way.
I do feel good for them. I feel good for Aaron Glenn. I feel good for Justin Fields. This one looked over too. I mean, they were. It didn't even seem like it was a close game. I didn't watch it, but I was kind of keeping up with it just through updates. Yeah, good for them. I don't have much to say about it though. I mean, neither of these teams are playoff teams
or matchup in the fourth quarter because he scored 3 touchdowns in the fourth quarter, 1 passing. But
wow, dang, it's crazy.
Please trade him.
I mean, good for the Jets.
Please trade him.
I don't know why they wouldn't. I don't get NFL teams. Baseball teams are good about this. If it makes sense to trade you, you're gone. In baseball, football, dude, they'll just hold on to you, and I'm like, what are you doing? You're no good. You're probably not re-signing this guy. Even if you do, like, there's probably better ways to spend your money with your roster. Just trade him. Get something for him. Who knows? I don't know.
Yeah. Only thing I have to say on the Bengals side, Joe Flacco looked good again, which kind of to your prediction, which I agree with, is he's going to look good a couple more weeks, but that looming nuclear blow up, like in a bad way, game is on its way. Jamar Chase has 42 targets across the past 2 games, which is just an insane number.
Hey, sometimes that's all it takes for a guy to win you a championship. You remember a few years ago when Lamar got hurt and Tyler Huntley came in and he just threw the ball to Mark Andrews every play?
Yeah.
Sometimes that's all it takes. It's just, I don't trust anyone but that guy, so I'm going there every time.
And I think
it won't be efficient, but who cares?
Good receiver. And he has 2 targets to Jamar Chase's 19.
It's crazy.
God.
That's insane.
All right. Anyway, Cincinnati's probably done, but whatever. Let's so this game is interesting. This game actually has some implications. The Bears and the Ravens. Lamar Jackson was a surprise, I guess, last second out because they were saying he was going to play. He was limited to practice, all that kind of stuff. And then, like, Saturday, they said, no, he's not playing. So, okay, we're going to Tyler Huntley.
I'll tell you this. People are not happy about that. Like,
no.
The gamblers of the world lost a lot of money because they did that, and they're probably going to face punishment from the NFL for how they treated that situation.
Josh
I'm not a gambler. I don't care.
He was going to start Lamar Jackson over Justin Herbert, so he benched Herbert, and then Jackson got called out.
Yeah, he got there, but I don't care. I'm not a gambler, so I don't care. But like this, they're going to face some punishment for this. We've seen teams face punishment for this before, so.
But I mean, gambling aside, it didn't matter for real life because they got the win anyway. I thought for sure, like once they ruled Lamar out, I said, "Oh, this is bad, dude. They're gonna be 2-7, and then Lamar will come back. Like, oh, this is not good at all. This changes the math a little bit for them. There's still gonna be a well, maybe we'll talk about that in a little bit. But
I don't think they can be a wild card team. I don't think they can be a wild card team. Like when y'all were talking a few weeks ago, the episode I wasn't on, you guys said or Josh said, I don't think they can win the division, but they'll be a wild card. I feel the opposite. I don't think they can be a wild card.
I agree.
But I think they can win the division.
They're 2 games back.
They are.
The way, from the
They're 2 games back. Last week, it felt like they were 10 games back. They are 2 games back. Steelers are not playing good football. We were on this from jump. We were like, yeah, the Steelers, I think they were 3-1, 4-1, whatever. We did not believe in them. Like, we were like, I mean, we said they're probably going to win the division just because the Ravens are in shambles and, Joe Burrow and all this. But they're 2 games back. I am not ready to make any bold statements about the Ravens. I still don't think they're very good. Even with Lamar, they were not very good.
I keep saying this, though. I know they have gaping holes. And yes, I do think if they get in the playoffs, they're going to get bounced by somebody because A, they're not very good, and B, Lamar always chokes in the playoffs. But look at their schedule. This is not a horrible schedule they have rest of the season. They go Dolphins, Vikings, Browns, Ravens, Bengals, Steelers, Bengals. If they get Lamar Jackson back, I understand this is the NFL. That is a tall task. But with Lamar Jackson, would I be shocked if they run that table? No, I wouldn't. And I think they win the division if they run that table. Which puts them with a home playoff game.
It's crazy. It's crazy. I mean, like I said, I'm not really... I still don't feel great about the Ravens. But I don't feel great about any of those teams. No. Lamar historically, now he didn't last year. Last year he played extremely well, but historically has struggled with the Steelers. if they win both those games, I mean, they're 2 games back, and they have the Steelers twice still.
He
They win
struggles
both
with
those
the old
games.
Steelers, though. We'll talk about the Steelers later, but this isn't the same Steelers we've always seen either. Their defense is not good.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But man, good for them. This was, I mean, obviously, to say it was a must-have win that's an understatement. And now they get Miami this week on Thursday night. Got to win that one.
No, you have to. But yeah, and the Bears side, this was. I guess people will probably on this too. Is that the Bears were won like 4 in a row, but it didn't feel like they'd won 4 in a row. If that makes sense.
No.
And the problems that they've had all season reared their ugly head in this game.
I don't know how else to say it. They never play well. Like, they just don't play well. They've played well once this year. They've got 4 wins. They played really well against Dallas. Go look at their other wins. Vegas, that might be the worst win anybody's had all year. I mean, they played awful, and Geno just kept throwing them the ball to win the game. They beat Washington at the end there. Jaden's fumble. Like, they have not been very impressive. They're not out of it, but I don't think they're a contender. Like, I can't imagine a world where this team makes the playoffs unless you get drastic changes over the next little bit. And it's not all Caleb. It's not all Caleb, but it's a lot of Caleb. Like,
yeah,
it's just not clicking.
Did you see like the very end drive where it was like a minute to go, they had no timeouts, and granted the game was basically over at that point, but it was everything from the top down. Like, it was Ben Johnson he didn't handle that well. The clock management wasn't good. They got down like the goal line. Threw a pass, got tackled before he gets in the end zone. Clock's running. They run Caleb up the middle. Clock's still running. Like, nothing there. And then they throw an incompletion on 4th down to DJ Moore where Caleb throws it. I don't even know where, and the game ends.
Yeah, they're sloppy. They don't look good pre-snap. I mean, they're just sloppy. Caleb is not being accurate with the football, and yeah, I don't think they're contenders unless something.
I don't think head coach and quarterback are on the same page. I genuinely think both could be good, but they are not on the same page.
Yeah, it's weird. Ben Johnson's got his work cut out for him.
Yeah. So we'll see where things go. Bills Panthers. I don't really have much to say. I mean, it was dominated from start to finish, but the Bills are also much better than the Panthers. Much better.
Yeah, it looks to me, and this sounds disrespectful, it looks to me like in some of these games, they're trying to, for lack of a better term, like they're practicing. Like they're trying to figure out a way to win games if Josh Allen isn't excellent. Like, Josh Allen was good in this game, but they were very modest with him. They were not asking him to do anything. They're like, we got to figure out a way to win when he's not perfect.
They need a second pitch.
They're trying to figure out a second pitch. I mean, my goodness, did they find it this week? James Cook, he had 219 yards. How many carries did he have?
19 carries, 216 yards.
Okay. 216 yards. So that's not like a crazy amount of carries. That's just, you're taking off. So,
I want to say a mild flex.
I have nothing to say
won
about
a fantasy matchup this week while facing James Cook and Saquon Barkley, who we will talk about later. Pretty impressive. Come on now.
You also faced Nico Collins, who didn't play.
That is true, but I also played Quentin Johnston, who had 0 targets.
That is true.
That is true. So, yeah, cancel that out. Do you have anything to say on the Panthers?
No.
Okay. Moving on.
No.
Texans 49ers, speaking of Nico Collins. No, Nico Collins did not play this game, but I guess the injuries finally caught up this week for the 49ers, and CJ Stroud looks pretty dang good. 30 of 39, 318, did have a pick. This was probably the most balanced I've seen the Texans be. Like, they ran the ball pretty well. They threw the ball really well. their defense. I mean, we know their defense is good. Their defense has been good all season, and it's going to continue to be good. It's always been a question with their offense.
Yeah, I mean, good for them. They definitely were able to get it going. Like, and they played well last week, right? Was it last week they played Baltimore? And we kind of just chalked it up to Baltimore's terrible. And now this is 2 games in a row where they've looked okay. Maybe they're finding something. You know, maybe it takes time. Sometimes for some teams, and I don't know. I'm pulling for them. I would like to see them be good. I really would. But
I still think they are a good team.
Yeah, they are a good team. They are a good team. I would like to see CJ be good. I mean, I've got no problem with CJ Stroud in the world. I want to see him be good. I want to see him be back to what he was his rookie year. So, you know, I'm pulling for it. That's all I can say.
If you know us, you know we've been anti CJ Stroud in Dynasty Fantasy Football. But yeah, I've genuinely have nothing against him. On the 49ers side, we got George Kittle back. That didn't seem to do anything. He did have a touchdown on National Tight Ends Day, but their offense, I don't know what to tell you.
I think we're getting a little bit of like the backup quarterback, you know, good for 3 weeks, okay for 2, and then, you know, we're kind of done. Like
ends.
Right. And that's what I want in my backup, by the way. I want my backup to be good for 3 weeks. Let me tell you something. If you're a team out there that's a contender, if your quarterback is out for the season, you're done. Like, your backup's not going to carry you for a season. I mean, you don't include the 2017 Eagles in this, but that's not what a backup is for. A backup is not for my quarterback goes down, my backup comes in, we don't miss a beat for the rest of the year. No, your backup is for, hey, my quarterback's going to miss a month. Can we go 2-2 instead of 0-4? That's what you want your backup to be. Mac has done that. It's time to get Purdy back, though. I think, you know, I'm not the biggest Brock Purdy fan. I don't think he's the greatest player out there, but I know he's much better than Mac Jones. And I think Mac has served his purpose, but I think we're seeing a little bit of defenses kind of know what to expect at this point, and they're really starting to struggle.
Yeah, I mean, Christian McCaffrey, as great as he is, someone's going to figure it out. Like, not every week you're going to stop Christian McCaffrey, but you can't give him 100 carries or 100 touches a game and expect to just, you know, be completely dominant. But it's a good defense they went up against, so not surprising that this defense is the one to figure it out, but I'm still not worried about the 49ers once they get all their pieces back.
No. They're really beat up, man. Now, again, Bosa and Warner, I don't think you can overcome that. Like,
that's brutal.
I think they can overcome it to make the playoffs, maybe win a playoff game. I don't think you can overcome losing probably your 2 best players overall, not just defense. Maybe Trent Williams, McCaffrey, but I mean, like, those are 2 of the elite players in the league. I don't think you can lose both those guys and win a Super Bowl. Yeah. I don't think you can lose both those guys and win a Super Bowl, but they can still cover it and make the playoffs, maybe win a playoff game or maybe 2, like make an NFC championship. So we'll see.
Yep. Eagles Giants. The Cinderella story ended for the Giants today. Eagles look completely back. Jalen Hurts did Jalen Hurts things. 15-20, 180, 4 touchdowns, no picks. Saquon Barkley is back. Yeah. He had a 65-yarder on the first touch of the game. It looks like all systems go.
There's not a record for this, but he has to hold the record for most touchdowns with the fewest yards in NFL history. Like,
that wouldn't shock me.
The man never throws for any yards, and he'll throw 4 touchdowns, and you're like, how? How did that happen?
He did it without
but he
AJ
was excellent.
Brown.
So that's the interesting part here, Ben. So this offense was rolling. It's the best they've looked. And the Giants, are they a great team? No. Are they a disaster on defense? No. They're not a disaster. I mean, they're probably somewhere between 15 and 20 defensively, right? I mean, they're not awful. And this is the best that offense has looked. And there was no A.J. Brown. Ben, I think it makes sense to trade him. I do.
I don't hate it, honestly. I mean, there is a market for him, too. There are teams that would absolutely love to have A.J. Brown.
No. The trade is A.J. Brown to the Patriots. That's the trade. back with Vrabel. I mean, that is the trade
Easily.
to make. It's not often you see a player this good be traded in between contenders, but this is a rare instance, man. He doesn't want to be there. Like, they've won a Super Bowl. He's been to 2 Super Bowls with them. He's had great years. He's won a Super Bowl. There's something that still, he just doesn't, I don't know what it is. He still doesn't want to be there. He's one of the, I don't know if it's
the crazy, not crazy players, but like, it's crazy that the winning the Super Bowl is not what drives him. It's not. Right. It is the stats and yardage for him. He's the typical, the prototypical receiver we talk about. Money in the ball. He's got his money.
Especially
he's not getting the ball. He's not happy.
Since he has one. Especially since he has one. Like, that makes a big difference. Receivers are not quarterbacks. You do not need 3 Super Bowls to have an insane legacy as a receiver. If you get over that hump, you don't even need one, really. I mean, look at Randy Moss and Calvin Johnson. But if you can get that one and then just have crazy numbers, man, your legacy is set. He just doesn't want to be there. And I don't think, am I saying like, oh, the Eagles are way better without A.J. Brown? No, I don't think so. But I think it could be a situation where they have what they need to cover that if he's actually a locker room problem. Now, look, maybe behind the scenes, he's actually not a problem. I find that a little hard to believe, but I think it makes a little sense to trade him. I really do. Yeah, I've seen his Twitter, and from what I can understand, which is not a lot of it, he's a little bit of a problem. But, I mean, you saw them without him in this game, and that offense was cooking.
Yeah, no, I feel like they just got back to what they're good at. We've been talking about it all season. Like, why aren't they giving Saquon Barkley the ball? Why have they only run the ball 14 times this game? No, this is what they do. This is what their offense is built to do. So it makes sense to me that this happened, even without A.J. Brown. And Devonta Smith is a great receiver. Let's not discount what he is either. So
he's as great as A.J. Brown is. And I think, dude, if A.J. Brown would get traded, Devonta Smith, he is a top 8 fantasy receiver rest of season if he gets traded.
He's going to explode.
There's some fantasy advice for you.
I'm going to regret
There's some fantasy advice for you. Yeah. I would take him over, a lot of guys. I'd take him over Nico, Egbuka, Drake London, Garrett. Like, I would take him over all those guys. I mean, he would be elite.
Dude won the Heisman Trophy as a receiver. Think about that.
Yeah.
On the Giants side, I mean, the obvious news is Cam Scatterbo going out.
Yeah, the Scatterbo news. Yeah.
That's tough, man.
It's tough, and it's one of those injuries where, people are worried about him ramming his head into everything that moves on the field, but I mean, it's just one of those freak injuries.
Feed him some drywall, he'll be fine.
Yeah. He's already had his surgery. I don't want to play doctor on here. I watched I have him in a dynasty league, and I watched a doctor, and he broke it down. He basically said there's kind of 2 ways. One way this injury happens could be the Chris Godwin way, which is not what you want because he's had complication after complication, and he's still having a tough time with it.
Yeah.
And one is like the Aiden Hutchinson way, which he's back full speed. I don't know which it is. He's already had surgery, which the doctor said was a good sign. So I expect him to be back fully healthy, probably like starting the year next year, but being back to Cam Scatterbo maybe halfway, 3/4 of the way through next year, something like that. If you can
get week 6, Cam Scatterbo's back, you're feeling good.
Yeah. So, it's not like crushing for his career, but it's not good. I mean, obviously it sucks, but I think it
sucks for Jackson Dart and the Giants offense. Like, if you lose Malik Neighbors, obviously that's horrible, and then you lose your other spark plug to the offense. Like, okay, just pack it in, guys.
And he's actually looked good. Like, it's not just a little gimmick. Like, he's not the most efficient runner, but catching the ball, he has been excellent receiving the ball.
He's much better than I thought he was.
He's been like
catching the pass.
Yeah, much better than I thought he would be. He's been really good, so it really sucks for him and for them.
I wish the refs could, call the tush push right. Otherwise, this would have never happened. If they call the Jalen Hurts fumble a fumble. Did you see that?
Yeah, I don't. I am out on the tush push. I wasn't
I
out
agree. That's
before
what
the
I wanted to
season,
bring up.
but everything this year, like they
Like, I'm
either
all
don't
for
know
innovation.
how to ref the play. They either don't know how to ref the play or they refuse to ref the play correctly. Like, they're still jumping off sides. They're not calling it. Jalen Hurts straight up is still trying to get more yardage and fumbles, and they say he was down by contact. Or forward progress, whatever they said. I don't like it. I don't like it.
Yeah,
I didn't
like,
care. Like I said,
was
coming
with
into the
you,
year, I
like,
didn't care.
don't punish teams for being innovative, and if it's only one team that can do it, then that's fine. Like,
Right.
it's on everybody else
That
to
was the
figure it
thing.
out. But we're having problems with it this year. This is like a growing issue that's not going away.
Yeah, it's not going away. And apparently they've been jumping off sides like that the whole time. All 2 or 3 years
Why
they've
has
been running it.
Why has nobody mentioned that before then? Like, this is the first time hearing of it. Is this year? Like, oh, they keep jumping off sides. Well, like, why? Say something.
Yeah, I don't know why they haven't been talking about it. I have never noticed it, but yeah, whatever.
All right, moving on. Patriots, Browns, Drake Maye, man. He's in the MVP conversation.
Yeah.
He is straight up an
He's
MVP candidate.
He's high in the MVP conversation. And so I'm going to go here for a second. I didn't know if I would or if I wasn't going to. I've got to a weird place with Drake Maye, Ben. I'm in a weird spot. Because I'm supposed to love him. I should. He's a Tar Heel. I've said it multiple times. His brother is one of my favorite players. One of my favorite people to ever walk this planet.
In the NFL, that his jersey would be right behind me. I might be wearing it.
Ben, I'm supposed to love him. And because of the media, I can't. And here's why. He's playing great. He is awesome. He is what they look like. He is big, strong, fast, big arm. He's got touch on the ball. He's what it looks like. I cannot find one person who says Jaden is better than him. Everywhere I look, everyone is saying this dude is better than Jaden Daniels. And I just don't believe it.
No, he's not.
I just don't believe it. I get how good Drake Maye has been. I get it. He is awesome. He's lighting up the Saints, and he's lighting up even the Browns. The Browns is a good defense. He's lighting them up too. Great. But, Ben, we won 4 games 2 years ago and went to the NFC Championship last year. And I know the injuries, and that's what it is. I think even if Jaden was healthy this year and just playing okay, I still think people would have him ahead of Drake Maye. I think the injuries are really scaring people. But because I'm such a Jaden fan and people keep putting Drake Maye above him, I find myself not liking Drake Maye, and I hate that.
I think that's been an issue with me with other quarterbacks in the past before. Like, I have nothing against player X, but you can't tell me he's better than this guy, and then I find myself like just biasing out the other guy.
That's where I am.
Yeah.
That's where I am. I still don't like Jordan Spieth because everybody told me he was going to be better than Tiger Woods. I still don't like him. And it's that same thing. Like,
and I'm with you too.
I like Drake Maye, but I don't.
Sorry. I'm with you too.
Like, I like Drake Maye, but I find myself pulling against him right now so people will remember that Jaden is, yes, better than him.
No, I've not forgotten. But the competition side is interesting to me too, because he's played Raiders, Dolphins, Steelers, Patriots, Bills, Saints, Titans, Browns. He lost to the Raiders, and
which is crazy.
Him, y'all beat the Bills, which is awesome, and he's looked the part, but he's not playing against good competition. These guys are like, he's playing on the bottom feeders right now.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. Like, they came into that Bills game with no pressure. Like, they were playing pretty well, but nobody expected them to win. Dude, this next Bills game, there's pressure. Like, you're expected to win. You're winning the division right now. So it's going to be interesting to see how he handles this pressure coming up, and what he looks like if he does make the playoffs. I wonder if he can take this team to the AFC Championship game. Probably not.
If he does that, then we can have a conversation on him versus Jake.
Yes.
If he takes him to the AFC
if they make the AFC Championship game with the year he's having, yes, I'll say he's better. Right, I will say that, no doubt, and then I'll love him again because I'll believe it. But I find myself pulling against him because people keep saying he's better than Jaden, and I just don't believe it.
No.
Anyway.
I'm with you there. I got to see
that's
him in
where
the
I'm at
AFC
with Drake Maye.
Game. either in the AFC Championship game, or I've got to see him beat like Josh Allen in the playoffs, or Mahomes or somebody like that in the playoffs,
or beat maybe they don't win the division, maybe they get the Colts early or something. They play really well, or maybe beat the Colts and then lose to Josh Allen or something like that. Like, I
don't get blown out by
Josh
Allen in the Bills. Like, you play him tight.
Yeah. Don't tell me he's better than Jaden because he throws 4 touchdowns against the Saints, right? Tell me he's better than Jaden when I see him have moments.
Yeah, no, I agree. I fully agree with that. I'm with you. I got nothing on the Browns side. 5 sacks for Myles Garrett, which is awesome, but it doesn't matter.
That's what I was gonna say. Like, all this great things we're saying about Drake Maye, like, he is gonna still have nightmares about Myles Garrett. 5 sacks, 5 sacks, and I'll. One other thing, I love Myles Garrett. Dude, stop complaining about losing. Stop.
You took the $40 million.
You took the money. Like, I can't say that was the wrong decision. I mean, they offered him $42 million a year. But if he would have held his ground and said, I'm not playing for you, eventually, it may have taken a year, they would have traded him. And guess what? Some other team would have given him $42 million. Like, I get it. It was right there in front of him. They set the contract on the table. But I don't want to hear you complaining about losing. I don't blame you for taking the money. Just don't complain about losing when you signed up for Dylan Gabriel to be your quarterback. Or I guess he wasn't there yet, but for this quarterback situation.
And I mean, in the moment too, I can understand it from his perspective too. Like, dude, I just had
I would have done the same thing.
I have 5 sacks and we get destroyed by basically a rookie quarterback.
Yeah.
I would be mad too.
Yeah. I thought you were talking about signing the contract. No. No, I get it. I get being upset, but you just need to sit there and take it like you signed up for it. You literally signed your name for this. You signed up for it. Now you get paid $42 million a year, so great.
And he's doing his part. You can't say he's not doing his part.
Oh,
he is.
No, he is right in that. You can't say it's his fault.
No.
Dude, he was awesome. If you watched it, I mean, he was unbelievable in this game. It was like it felt like every play. I know it was only 5 sacks. It felt like every play.
I mean, 5 sacks in the span of a football game. That is crazy. A monstrous amount. So that can feel like every play. Saints, Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay, they didn't really need to do much in this game. They kind of were able to keep away, be safe with the football. Yeah. There's so many injuries that they needed a game like this to kind of get back on track, let things settle. Don't have to get anybody hurt. Don't have to play out of our minds. We can just walk in here, be safe, and walk out with a win.
Yeah, they're just buying time. That's what they're doing. Until they get healthy, they're just buying time. They've done a good job of it. Hopefully they can get back healthy. But yeah, this was just Saints don't have the horses type game.
Yeah.
I will say
I
the
feel
scariest
bad
play in football.
Go ahead.
The scariest play in football is when a quarterback rolls out and throws an interception to a defensive end, and he's the only person there to stop him. That every time that never works out well. Dude.
I felt so bad for him.
That never works out well, and it did not work out well for Spencer Rattler. I
hated seeing him get pulled because it's not like Tyler Shuck came in and gave him a spark. He looked worse actually than Rattler.
Yeah, I get it from the Saints though. Like I get it from their perspective. Is Spencer Rattler going to be a guy who's your franchise guy? No, I think they know that he's not. Like we like Rattler. I've said I want him on my team. He is the type, like what I was talking about earlier. He's
like, is he a franchise guy?
Well, Ben, you're not going to know unless you play him. Like, it would be silly. They're going to draft a quarterback next year, assuming the quarterback of the future isn't on the roster, right? You agree with that? Assuming the quarterback is not on the roster right now, they're drafting one next year. You might as well give it a chance just to see, what if Tyler Shuck goes out and, they go 500 the rest of the way and he plays really well? Like, I don't know. Do I think that's going to happen? Nope. I think he's going to be not good, and they're going to draft a quarterback. But if Rattler's not going to be the guy, why not try the kid? I say the kid. He might even be older than Rattler. I don't know, but
I think they're pretty close
super
to the same
old.
age. Like Rattler's
about
24, I think. Shuck's like 23.
Okay.
Either way, I hate it. I hate it for Spencer Rattler. I'll say that.
Yeah.
All right. Another one. I don't have much on this one other than Colts Titans. Jonathan Taylor absolutely needs to be either the MVP frontrunner or in the top 3.
Yeah. I'm not kidding. Right now, I'd give it to him.
Yeah.
I'd give it to him. Now, I was not saying Saquon should win it last year, but I would say right now, if season ended today, I'd give it to Taylor. I think Mahomes is going to win it, so I don't think he's going to win the MVP. But if the season ended today, I mean, he's got 14 touchdowns through 8 games.
Give Daniel Jones
14 touchdowns.
Give Daniel Jones all the credit in the world because he has looked good. He is having a career resurgence right now. But he is not the engine to that offense. Not even close.
No, not so far. So I'll say this. They are 5-0 in layup games. What I mean by layup games is just games that, I mean, they beat Dolphins, Titans, Raiders, Cardinals, Titans again. Like they're 5-0 in layups. They're 2-1 in non-layup games. Yeah. They've played 3 non-layups. They played the Broncos, the Rams, and the Titans, or the Broncos, the Rams, and the Chargers, excuse me. They're 2-1, and one of those wins, they missed a field goal to lose the game, and they gave them another chance, and they made it. So that was the Broncos game. So we'll see. They don't have any complete layups the rest of the year. Like their easiest games are this week against the Falcons and the Texans. Other than that, there's no just layups, so it'll be interesting to see how they do down the stretch.
Yeah, like the 49ers, you got to
I'm excited to see
the 49ers will be healthy. Seahawks have been really, really good this year, surprisingly good. They're going to beat the Falcons. So. That's what I take from this is they're going to beat the Falcons. Yeah. They're going to beat the brakes off the Falcons. All right, I got nothing for the Titans. Do you? We'll move on.
No.
Yeah. Cowboys, Broncos. Cooked them.
This team has to be taken seriously. They have to be taken seriously. I do not believe Bo Nix is ready to compete for and win a Super Bowl. But outside of like top Super Bowl contenders, the step down from that, they have to be mentioned in that group. Like they give themselves a chance every game. I mean, the Giants, good gosh, they were down 100 points and won. Like they find a way to give themselves a chance every single game. They've looked great now. Pat Surtain is going to miss time. That's a big deal.
Yeah, I was going to mention that.
That's a really big deal for this team. I don't know how much time. It's a pectoral injury, which, that could be
I thought it was
really bad, or it could be 3 or 4 weeks. Yeah. So
I know they've said multiple weeks right now.
They got to be taken seriously. And
but it's not just Surtain. Like they've got a pass rush too.
Oh no. And I have not been as high on the Broncos as a lot of people. Like a lot of people have been way higher on them than me. But I don't know, man. They're really good.
That's an extremely strong division over there. Extremely strong.
It's extremely strong. And one note I will give. We don't do a lot of fantasy, but I'll give one little note. This year, Cortland Sutton, 56 targets. Troy Franklin, 54 targets. I don't know.
Is it happening?
I think Sutton's better. I think Sutton is better.
30.
He's 30. But let's not forget, Troy Franklin was a guy a lot of people liked coming out of college. Now, he fell in the draft. He's super skinny, blah, blah, blah. Didn't have a great year last year.
With Bo Nix.
He played college ball with Bo Nix. I thought Marvin Mims would be the guy that jumped into that wide receiver 2 spot. It hasn't been. 56 targets to 54 on the season. I don't know.
It's something to keep tabs on. Something to keep tabs on.
Something to note.
Steelers Packers. I'll be honest, I did fall asleep during part of this game, but I mean,
this
Packers have they finally found? You got Christian Watson back in this game. Have they finally found something on offense?
This was a really impressive win.
Yeah,
like really impressive win. So they're the only team in the league with only one loss. Now they have one tie and they've already had their bye, but
the Colts also only have
they're the one seed.
The Colts also only have one.
Yeah, I'm sorry. NFC. I was thinking NFC. They are the one seed in the NFC is what I meant to say.
Yes.
What I was meaning to say. In this game, they are down 16-7 at the half on the road in Pittsburgh. Not an easy place to play. And they come out and in the second half have one of the 2 or 3 best halves of offense I've seen all year. I mean, they were dominant in the second half offensively. Jordan Love was slinging it around.
I was facing Jordan Love. I managed to get a W, but I was very frustrated coming out of Sunday night from a fantasy perspective because he just kept throwing. I swear, every time I looked at the TV, he threw another touchdown to Tucker Kraft.
Yeah.
It was frustrating.
He was awesome. That whole team. And here's the thing. They have found a number one pass catcher. They have. It's not a wide receiver, but they found a number one pass catcher.
He's insane right now, having an insane season.
Honestly, how many tight ends? This is real life. I'm not talking about fantasy. Real life. How many tight ends in the league would you rather have than Tucker Kraft?
If we want to realistically talk about this, I would rather have Bowers. I would rather have Trey McBride, obviously.
Yep.
Hold on. I got to think about
maybe Kittle because of the blocking.
I think
that's it.
Yeah, probably for this season, Kittle, and next season.
Maybe because of the blocking. And I'll be honest, I don't know how good of a blocker Tucker Kraft is. He might be elite. I'm not sure. But that's it. I mean, Tucker Kraft is that guy.
Yeah.
He's been excellent, so.
Yeah.
Something.
Steelers, man, the lead they had is closing quickly. The Steelers need to be sweating some.
Yeah, something that was alarming in this game is that in the second half, they had no answers on offense and no answers on defense. Either way, they could not move the ball. I mean, even the touchdown they scored was garbage time when the game was already over. Like, they had no answers. And that's always scary for a team because, like, the NFL, it is a halftime adjustments league. You get a long halftime, you have meetings. What does the coaching staff come out with? Like, what that you've looked at the first half, you've seen how it's gone. Can you make adjustments in the second half? Green Bay did it to perfection and worked this coaching staff in the second half. I do not feel great if I'm a Steelers fan after this game.
I mean, I don't know how you can. And I've been saying it a few times this year. This just doesn't look like the same old Steelers. You bring in Aaron Rodgers, which is great, but A, that is not a move the Steelers make very often, and B, they're not playing the way you typically see a Mike Tomlin coach team play. They look sloppy at times. Their defense is... I don't know how much money they're paying for defense, but I know they pay a lot, and it doesn't look like it.
A lot.
They pay a lot of money for defense.
Yeah. We've never been high on them. Like, there hasn't been a moment where we were in on the Steelers, right? We thought, man, they've kind of done what they needed to against a soft schedule, and the Ravens are really struggling. So maybe, but
they've stumbled into a winnable division. That's all they've got going for them. They have, by no fault of their own, they have stumbled into a winning division.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I don't have a ton to take on the Steelers. They've got to figure something out quick, because the Ravens, if they get Lamar Jackson, will be breathing down their neck. Final
Yep.
game, and this one is another one that there's really not a ton to take away from. Just the Chiefs just run away from the Commanders. Commanders don't have Jaden Daniels, so Mahomes is back in MVP form. Obviously, a couple picks early. One was not his fault because Travis Kelce handed it to Bobby Wagner, but this is what we expected.
It was just that's just some of the olds looking out for each other. Travis Kelce, knowing full well they're going to win. It's like, yeah, let's get Bobby Wagner involved.
He wants to remind the people that Bobby Wagner is still in the NFL.
Dude, Bobby Wagner. Okay, so truly, this year Bobby Wagner has not been that impressive of a player. Like he's not close to what he used to be. Dude, last year he was elite. He was still excellent last year. I watched basically every snap of the Commanders last year. Last year if he wasn't already a Hall of Famer, last year put him in the Hall of Fame for me. I mean, he was awesome last year. Anyways, yeah, Chiefs started with some weird drives, and then it just kind of clicked. Even their weird drives, like the two picks, one was just an excellent play, and I don't think Mahomes thought that was even a possibility when he threw that pass.
Yeah.
And then one was Travis Kelce, giving the ball to Wagner. So, but then once that settled in, they clicked offensively, defensively, and it was over.
You're seeing kind of Kelce's with a little bit of a resurgence, kind of somewhat of the Kelce of old at 36 years old. It's impressive.
Now, he looked really good.
He looks really good.
I mean, he looked really good last night. Dude, there was that one play that was kind of like a broken play, and Mahomes found him off to the right, and he took off, and he looked like kind of fast, like faster than I've seen him in a couple years to me.
Yeah,
but
the past 2 years have been rough, and he looks great. I mean, he led the team in receiving yards.
Yeah. Yep. So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see going forward. Commander's side.
Man, I mean,
this is over.
Played this game.
Yeah.
I mean, they finally get everybody healthy, and then Jaden's hurt.
Yeah. Man, it's tough. You have two injuries. The prayer is that he's not like an injury-prone guy, that these are two fluky things. He's super skinny, though. He's got to put on weight this offseason. Lamar Jackson did it a few years back. Like, he's got to put on weight. You remember, Lamar Jackson was getting hurt every year. Every season was ending. And then he put on 15 pounds a couple years ago. And, I mean, I know he's hurt right now, but he's been very healthy since then. So, Jaden just straight up has to put on some weight this offseason. Some muscle and some fat, both.
Some of it does feel a little fluky to me. I'm obviously a little bit biased toward Jaden because I do like him, but I mean, he's not playing behind a great offensive line, and his weapons are all hurt. So like he's trying to do too much, if that makes sense, and that leads to injuries. Doesn't matter who the player is.
Right. The injury he got in the Green Bay game, that one felt like, okay, if you were a bigger guy, like if you were Justin Herbert size, you'd have been fine. The one in Dallas, he pulled his hamstring in the pocket. Like that's more fluky. That's not you're too skinny injury, So that one was a little fluky. The point is, this season's over. I mean, if they make the playoffs, Jaden will probably win the MVP. Like, because he's going to have to, even with missing 3 games, he's going to have to be a superhero. With this schedule, let's even say, like, they start playing well. Okay, you get to the end of the season. Who are the teams that you're, like, going up against? Like, who are the teams that even if you tie, like, let's say they tie at 9-8 with a bunch of teams or 10-7 with a bunch of teams. Okay, well, some of those teams are going to be Dallas is in that mix. Chicago's in that mix. Maybe if Atlanta gets rolling, they're in that mix. Seattle's in that mix of teams that are going to be right there. Detroit, if Green Bay keeps going. Well, they've already lost to 3 of those teams, and they play the Seahawks and Lions the next 2 weeks. Those are not easy games. If they lose those games, they've lost to all the contenders. Like, it's a brutal schedule. And they knew coming in. Like, it was obvious coming in. This schedule is ridiculously hard. It's just
and
one
even
of those
if
things
everybody was healthy, like even if everybody was healthy, I think they would be better. Obviously, have a better record than they do now because Jaden is that good. But even when everybody is fully healthy for the Commanders, they were outgunned by all these teams on their schedule. They just don't have the horses.
Oh yeah,
they were always going to be out.
Like last year, we talked about it. We talked about it last year. Like they had the 18th best roster in the league last year. They finished in the NFC Championship, yes, partially due to I would say a good portion of that due to Lions' defensive injuries, right? Now they get credit. They won that game. Like injuries, whatever. They won. So they get credit. But they were not a top 4 team in the NFL last year. They were we safely, we made the playoffs. We were definitely a playoff team because of our quarterback. And we forced turnovers. Well, our quarterback carried us against the Bucs, and then we forced enough turnovers with our quarterback playing well against the Lions to make the NFC Championship game. Got smashed there. Like they weren't that team. So I think with the schedule they had this year, their ceiling was 11-6. Like they were not going to be better than 11-6. Jaden gets hurt, misses a few games. You drop some of those. You lose one game you should have won when he plays, and this is where you find yourself. So,
yeah, I mean, in my heart of hearts, I think Jaden might be a top 5 quarterback in the NFL. But you just can't with your roster right now. You're still in a building phase. So I think it will get there. I think you guys will get back, but it's just not.
Which sucks because he's on his rookie deal.
Yeah,
this is when you're supposed to be ready for it.
Y'all have got to spend some money this offseason.
Yeah, like I said it last week. Our saving grace right now is that we don't have any bad contracts.
No.
We don't have good players, but we don't have bad contracts, so,
that can be fixed. All right.
Figure it out, Peters.
You want to spend the last couple of minutes and just take a brief glance at the NFL standings and see where we're at?
Yeah. I think it makes sense to do that. Let me pull these up. So there's some interesting things going on right now. Like, I'm just looking at playoff picture-wise. If the season ended today, New England's the 2 seed. Denver's the 3 seed.
Indianapolis Colts.
Yeah, it's crazy. The Colts have a really good chance to be the 1 seed. That's the crazy part. It's not insane for them to be the 1 seed. Denver, I do not think right now they're the 3 seed. They've still got to play the Chiefs twice. I think at best they split with them. I think at best they split with the Chiefs. I think there's a chance, the Chiefs win both, obviously, and that would be huge for them. But the Chargers are ahead of the Chiefs right now. They hold the tiebreaker, but they got to play them again. And I don't love this game's outlook as much as I do last games for the Chargers. Also, remember, the last one was on a neutral site. It was counted as a Chargers home game. So now they have to go to Kansas City. So I don't feel great about that. It
to be
does
fair, though,
seem
the Chargers don't ever have a home field advantage.
No, that's true. That's true. But I'd still rather play in LA than Kansas City.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
Yeah.
Especially when it's cold.
But I think these might be the 7 teams. After the last few weeks I've seen of Jacksonville, I don't think they're going to jump. I mean, maybe if the Chargers really struggle, maybe they jump them, and then it's going to be Pittsburgh or Baltimore. Whichever wins that division is going to be the 4 seed. I think
have one team from the North, 2 from the AFC East.
Yeah.
1 from the South, and probably 3 from the West.
That's what it seems like. I mean, maybe I think the most likely change up would be Jacksonville jumping Los Angeles.
That's very possible.
That's possible to me. And maybe, who knows, maybe the Texans have really figured something out offensively and they make a run. But I don't see the Bills or Patriots falling out of this. I still think the Bills are going to win that division. So I think the Patriots are going to be the wild card team.
But it's like I've been saying, the Patriots' schedule is so favorable to them that they can lose this division to the Bills and be 14-4 or 14-3 or 13-4 or something like that. So, which is easily a wild card team.
Yeah, they're definitely gonna make the wild card. Like they're not missing the playoffs. Not with that schedule already being 6-2. So, yeah, I think the AFC teams are pretty well set. I think the seeding is nowhere close to what we're actually going to get, though.
No, we have no idea yet. Like the Patriots could still get a home playoff game, and the Bills are a wild card, or vice versa. And like I said, the Baltimore in the North is only 2 games back from the Steelers, so that division's wide open as well.
Yeah,
the NFC is also a fascinating case.
Yeah,
particularly in the NFC West and the NFC North, which we expected.
Here's the thing, though. I think these are the 7 teams as well.
Yeah.
Like, I don't... The teams just outside. Chicago, Carolina, Dallas, Atlanta, Minnesota, Washington. I don't believe in any of those teams to make the playoffs.
What world are we living in?
Yeah, let me look. What's Carolina's 4 wins? They beat the Falcons, Dolphins, Cowboys, Jets. So,
color me impressed.
I think the only team that has a chance to fall out of this top 6 is the 49ers. I think maybe there's a and that's just because of injuries. It's not because of like their talent they had coming into the year. It's just injuries, right? Like could Dallas or Chicago or Atlanta, Minnesota, Washington, maybe one of them get to that 7 spot. I mean, Chicago is only half a game back. Dallas is only, I don't know how the tie works. They're essentially 1 loss back. Like maybe they could, but I think it's likely that these are the 7 teams.
Yeah. No, I mean
I don't think the first 6 seeds are up for grabs. I think the first 6 seeds are locked.
Tampa's walking away with theirs.
Yep.
Green Bay and Detroit are both going to make the playoffs. I don't know which one of them ends up winning that division, but both of them are going to make it. Obviously, the Eagles are going to make it.
I would take Detroit right now, but yeah, those 2 teams are in. Philly's in.
Tampa's in.
Yeah, dude. The top 6 are set.
Tampa's not going to lose this division. No chance.
No. The top 6 are set. You may get, Detroit or Green Bay could win the division. Seattle or Los Angeles could win their division. But Philly and Tampa are going to be right there for the 2 and 3 or 1 seed. And
I just don't see Chicago. I don't have it in my heart to have no faith in them to make it. It's going to be hard to see Minnesota claw back into it. So I think both of those are pretty comfortably eliminated.
Yeah, I mean it really does. Let me look at San Francisco's
schedule.
I feel like they have an easy
Dallas
schedule.
Is interesting if the 49ers fall out of it or the Seahawks or something.
Dude, the 49ers, they've got some layups on this schedule.
Dude.
So the 49ers still get to play the Giants, the Cardinals, the Panthers. I'm still calling the Panthers a layup. I know they have 4 wins. I'm calling them a layup. Panthers, Browns, and Titans. Yeah, dude. I think, the 7 teams might be set already. I'm going to say the 7 spot is up for grabs. The top 6 is set, though, in the NFC, and we're only 8 weeks in.
The 7
assuming there's no, quarterback injuries.
Yeah. So the 7 spot is between, realistically, probably Atlanta, San Francisco, Dallas. And San Francisco's got a big lead on both.
Yeah, I mean, San Francisco holds the tiebreaker on the Falcons. I mean, assuming Jaden's not healthy for another couple weeks, then yeah, those are the only teams that could even possibly get that 7 seed.
Because I think Jaden is so good, I would like to say I'm not fully ruling out Washington if he gets healthy and they can find some sort of rhythm. Sure, it's bleak. I know that. But you can't rule out great quarterbacks.
I don't think they play each other. No, they don't play each other the rest of the way. Yeah. So it's
great quarterbacks.
It's interesting,
are hard
man. It's
to run it out.
So the rest of the season is going to be much more about seeding than actually who's getting in the playoffs because we we kind of know who's getting in at this point.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing I see change, it's a quarterback injury, like you said. Like if God forbid, like Baker got hurt, then something maybe could change there, or Stafford or something like that happens. But other than that, we know who the best teams
Outside
are.
outside of quarterback injuries, 12 of the 14 playoff spots are filled. Now the seeding could be whatever it's going to be, but like there's not. I don't think there's going to be like a crazy wild card race this year. Maybe one or two teams, but nothing crazy.
No, that's cool to. I guess it's cool to kind of know, and you know what storylines to watch to see. Obviously, you got the AFC West, who comes out of that slugfest, really strong division there. It's going to be fun to see the battle between the Bills and Patriots, but yeah, we know the storylines now.
The best one, maybe the game I'm looking forward to the most the rest of the year is going to be Green Bay Detroit. That second time around, that's going to be awesome.
Yeah, that one's because you're seeing what Detroit is now. I don't think even Detroit knew. Green Bay kind of caught them off guard. Now we know.
Yeah,
and then of course I am excited.
If Green Bay can kind of kindle what they did this week and take that forward, man, that's a scary team too.
Yeah. I am excited for week 9 because week 9 gets the always anticipated Bills Chiefs. Always anticipated.
Give me the Bills.
You're taking the Bills? I'm taking the Chiefs. I'm taking the Chiefs in one of those hopes that the Bills always beat them in the regular season and then lose in the playoffs. I'm trying to throw some kind of magic out there that the Chiefs get them in the regular season, and the Bills can do it in the playoffs. Realistically, the Bills are just going to go 0-2 against them this year. But
yeah, that was tongue in cheek. I do actually think the Chiefs are going to win, but the Bills always win in the regular season. That's why I said that. But I actually do think the Chiefs will win.
We'll see. I'm excited for the game. But that's all I've got. Go ahead.
One other interesting one. If Jaden plays, it is a life support game for this Commanders team. But if they can get a win on Sunday Night Football against the Seahawks, then we can talk about them maybe being something this year.
Yeah. And not, I want to see him fully healthy. We haven't had a fully healthy Commanders all season. At least give me one game with Jaden. Let's see him and his weapons. Let's just see what we've got. Yeah.
Just one game. So, all right.
Yeah. Yep. We'll hop off, but yeah. Week 9 on the way. I'm excited. We'll see you guys.
Week 9 is going to be better than week 8. Not as many buys. Hopefully not as many blowouts. You know.
A lot of better teams matched up against each other. So we'll see.
Yeah.
We will catch you guys next week.